Okay. Well, we're partially live, mostly dead, I guess. How's everybody doing? Oh man, I am not doing good these days. Damn, this thing just won't go away. But here we go. Been messing around with post process effects in Unreal, and I thought it'd be about a good time to just kind of go live and show what I've been working on. I guess. So here's a semi drawn looking thing. It looks decent. Let me see if we can bring this over to this monitor. Yeah. Get that joystick. Because I've been working a lot on my camera system. So now I have it hooked up so I can use the mouse when I'm in front of the computer for the most part. And I'm also able to use the joystick at the same time. Hey Sphinx, how's it going? Yeah, I've been working. Yeah, I keep going in and out of this stupid cold, whatever the hell it is. But I don't know. Hopefully, we'll be over it soon enough. I don't feel bad. It's just kind of annoying. So I'm trying to see if I can somehow blend this effect because this is the hatching that I kind of want. I want it to be a little bit more subtle, and I want to replace that white with like a second overlay. But I'm still learning how to do this. Add a little color to it. Actually, that's not that bad on the backgrounds. I like how the lights are casting on the backgrounds. The trick would be to make that a little bit more subtle. I think a good use for this would be to create a couple of generic characters for using storyboarding and just do some live link. Uh, excuse me. Do some live link stuff and just capture the poses and stuff and be able to generate storyboard images like really quick just by posing around the characters and exporting the still frames. That might be something useful. I mean, that might be an app all of its own, the ability to just capture a single pose using motion capture and export the image file. That could be like an app, actually. So, yeah, it's realistic is something that could be done in Unreal Engine. I mean, it's a game engine. You develop it as an app and somehow leave it open so that you can connect your mocap suit to it or VR or whatever, and then possess a character. assume the pose and take a snapshot, and it'll have it. It can spit out like a PNG or something. Yeah, it looks a little dirty from where I'm standing. I don't quite like it, and I'm not sure what the material is. The difference between these two characters, because this one's completely black and white, and that one is able to grab some of its colors. It would definitely put Toon Boom out of business in terms of the storyboarding stuff. Look at this. Dun dun dun. Whoa! That looks so stupid. Nah, I don't think I have the energy to do that. But I do want to crack this because I mean, it's still in the back of my mind to have a look similar to that Spider Verse movie. And every now and then I start tinkering and I get close to it, and then I lose interest, and you know. Where's my materials? That might work. Nah, I don't know. I don't like it. It's too computery. Mm. Too computery. I love how it does that to the backgrounds, though. The fucking backgrounds are amazing. The inorganic stuff. I wonder if I can isolate. Let me see if I can do this. Depth. Give him number two. Where's the rendering section? Does this have a rendering mode? Features, advanced. Path tracing. It's usually under rendering where you can create a stencil and tell it not to touch anything below a certain layer. It's been a while since I've done that. My consult the Oracle. You're trying to how that animation did because the animation clause still makes me think of some game I was playing. Can't put my finger on it. Well, claws, I think they hand painted that stuff, didn't they? Or they used some kind of Photoshop filtering layers and stuff. I don't know. They definitely made the stuff look a little 3D. I can probably do but this is a post process. So I have to somehow pipe this into a material or a texture, and then I can key out the white color to make it transparent and overlay it on top of the original colors. That might work. I just have to figure out how to do that. And that might actually look kind of nice. Let's see. Mhm. I do like those backgrounds. I mean, on the backgrounds, it's fucking beautiful. It's just the humans that kind of suck. Think by the time he gets here, I probably won't need it anymore. Let's see. Let's play around with this thing a little bit more. So this is the instance of that material. Ink color. It's kind of not bad. I mean, that's not really indicative of what it looks like until you actually hit play on the thing. It almost, I mean, parts of that, if you get rid of the hair, it almost looks like that drawing style used in Money. wonder if I put two instances, the material, what would happen? Oh, got the wrong thing selected. Yeah, and the blending doesn't really work very well. Oh, it kind of does. Yeah, it kind of does actually. Yeah, I just got to figure out how to put some color on that and see how it looks, because if I can get the original color without any modification and make this just like a blend with the original colors, it might actually look pretty decent. Get rid of that second instance. Set it to 0. Outline size. Yeah, let's use 0 outline. That's interesting. This is giving me the texture overlays, but not that fake outline. That's true. To change what is done first. Yeah, that's it's true. That actually looks decent. It looks like storyboard panels. I mean, I would buy that as a storyboard panel. The that idea. I think it kind of works. Generic enough. No, I think this hair artifacting has to do with the camera's focus setting. An area for you to set when you draw the post material. Are you talking about the stencil to cut out the thing, or for the blending the colors? Yeah, I was looking at that priority thing earlier. Let's see here. That's how it happens. Let's see. What? I didn't type anything. Material domain, post process, um, blending, masks, visible, render custom depth pass. Should be under rendering. Oh, wrong thing. do 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 do. No, I don't think post processing has this. But maybe the original material does. Let's see. I don't see it. Allow custom depth rights. Doesn't have a rendering section. Fraction light mass previewing import settings. Parameters. Not gonna find it there. Nope, not gonna find it there. Sucks is that, I mean, it should be something simple like right click, select opacity. That would be awesome. But that would be too easy. Brush settings, shaded volume opacity. Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. Trans. Blendable location on this post process material. Blendable location. Let's see. Blend weight. Look at that. It almost wants to work. Let's see. Tone. Let's see tone mapping. I see these tones, color tones. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh yeah, that's the page that I was looking at already. Critical settings for post. Alrighty, let's take a look at domain. Take a look at domain, main. I don't have it. This must be for an earlier version. Oh, hang on. No, that's a material. Tone, domain. I think it's because it's an instance. It doesn't have all those features. Let me go to the parent. Material domain, post process. Okay. Material should be emissive. After mapping, post process material, blendable location. Before tone mapping. Let's try after. Let's see what happens. Change the way it looks a little bit. You know what? Now, as long as I'm in here, I wonder, maybe I should just get rid of this paper texture. See what happens. Get an error. I bet that I can probably. Ugh, come on. Let me edit that. 5.1 doc. That looks familiar. Post processing emissive color. Okay. Didn't do much. So that's the ink. This should be the paper. Technically, don't need that, but I don't want to. So that's why that's there. So how's everything going today, Sphinx? I don't even feel like talking today. I'm just kind of working on messing around with this thing. Overall, I kind of like it. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to use it on this project. If somehow I stumble into something that goes, wow, maybe I'll use it on a short film or something, you know? I mean, it's good enough for that idea, you know, make storyboards with it. It, it could lead to something. Oh, been kind of dark over here. Mm, that has so many meanings in one sentence. I don't know how to take it. I gave those guys a link to my to the fight sequences. I wonder if they were able to do anything with it. Mm, use background image. Skip all that. It's pretty dark over here, but that's because it's raining. It literally rained on my parade today. There's still a whole sequence after this. I mean, it's not just those 6 punches. Mm, I'm gonna try something. Should I? Nah. Well, see, that's your problem. You use a curve editor. I have no idea what that even is. Hmm. Be nice to get rid of those diagonal lines. I have no idea how they got in there. That would be an interesting fight right there. That's the thing. Look at this robot's textures. As long as you're working with fucking robots and inanimate objects or inorganic objects, I mean, the ring looks good, the floor looks good, the clothing looks good, the background looks good. Yeah, they put the footsteps on there. There's like, as long as I'm making shit with robots, I guess I'm fine, huh? The fucking robot looks good. Why does why do the humans look like crap? Is it because of the softness? No, but like clothing is soft. The pants look fine. Copy the material on the robot and move it to your guy. There's no material on the robot. Oh, the robot's material. Huh. Well, that could be something. All of a sudden, I have a cyberpunk looking thing. That's a completely different movie right there. Turn this light off. Yeah, that light just makes everything super bright. Oh, I wonder if I have any tune materials. Maybe if the things are completely solid. No, I think I deleted all the cell shading stuff that I had in this project. It was just taking up room. Now I have a character that looks like this. I forgot how to do this. How the hell do I do this? I used to have this. I only remember that out of pure coincidence. You press the number three and you click. How are you supposed to remember that? I don't know. How are you supposed to know that? I don't know. Somebody taught me at some point. Press number three and click in an empty space. It just puts it there. It's not working. He's super black. Yeah, I don't even know how to get this object. I mean, the only reason I remember is because somebody showed me once in some tutorial somewhere. Tangent, world position. That's the color right there. Blend mode. It's an interesting look. I think I accidentally figured something out though for something else I was working on, or I wanted to have somewhat translucent, like ghost-like figure. That is freaky. Let me see if I can get this damn color to show up. There we go. Gotta use emissive. Hey, let's turn off that light now. That might be the trick, though. That might be the trick. For any characters that you actually use, they have to have a super flat shaded material. I was gonna turn something off. Too strong. Not quite. I don't think it would make a difference. See, I can take this material and make a material instance. Call it means. Uh, how do I do this? Call this color. So when I do this instance, to save this. do this, I should see the parameter right here. Why didn't it come across? Parameter name, color, default value. Huh, that's weird. When I do this and I create an instance, let me try it again. So here's this guy. It has an instance. It has this parameter, which is a color. It has been escalated to a parameter. I've compiled it. I've saved it. And now I'll make an instance of it. So I can just use the same blueprint, but with a different parameter change. Technically, I should be able to go in here and I should have the option here called color and change the color. It's not working the way I remember it working. Huh. Why isn't my parameter showing up? Let's see. One. Let's call this. And I know there's a way to split this somehow too. To split this into multiple. To a parameter. Call this test X. Default value is 2. Hit save. So when I go in here, I should have my damn parameter there. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's weird because, yeah, when I save it, anything that's set up as parameter, it's supposed to go into like a mini custom user interface. Like, like this. Go to materials. So here's the original. Here's the original. Like ink color. That's a parameter called ink color. So if I were to create an instance of that, just call it a bunch of X's. When I open this for editing, I don't see the parameters. Maybe I'm missing. There we go. I'm such an idiot. Okay. So, window, I need something called details. And there's the parameters that I created. Okay, so that's how that's how this thing works. When you create one material, you don't have to like create it over and over and over again. You just create the basic one, and the things that you want to modify, you just turn those into parameters. So this, I'm going to enable that parameter. I'm going to use blue. Save. So now I have jeans. So now I can also copy the original one again and then say, I'm going to create another instance of that. That one's going to be shoes. Save. When I double click it, I just gotta enable this and change the color. Make that into green shoes. And if at any time I need to change, if I modify the original by adding additional things, these other ones take on the properties of the modified ones from the original. I think it's because it's like emissive or unlit or something. It's completely 2D. Which, if the characters are super simplified, that could be a style choice all of its own for certain types of advertising. You remember that new movie, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the new movie, not the original series. They had animation that looked flat shaded like this. The robot does look badass though. Oh yeah, it's just like 10 years old now, maybe a little bit longer. Heavy metal. Oh man, that was such an old movie back in the day. I haven't seen that one in like 20 years. I saw it when I was a kid. I'm afraid to watch it now as a grown up. Because let's face it, some of the stuff that I liked when I was a kid, it's kind of ridiculous now when you look at it again with adult eyes. I used to love Godzilla. And I knew it was a guy in a rubber suit, but I just didn't know how bad because in my mind, I remember it being this huge monster, uh, knocking over buildings and making all this chaos and destruction and stuff. And then as a grown up, I was feeling nostalgic. I wanted to watch it, and I'm like, holy crap, it looks so fake. And I mean, you can literally see the giant zipper sticking out of the guy's neck in the back, and he can barely move and stumbling around. And the buildings are nothing but cardboard boxes. I'm like, that is not at all how I remember it. My kid's mind remembers that looking different. It's true. It's like so now it's like I don't want to go back. There's certain things that I don't want to go back and relive because it's just gonna kill it. I don't want to go back and watch ET because I remember ET being pretty fucking good. I don't want to go back and watch Flight of the Navigator, um, The Goonies. Because I have a feeling those are like really, really dorky ass movies, and it's completely gonna ruin my imagination what I remember in those films. I I never saw Star Wars when I was a kid. The Rocketeer, holy shit! I do not want to go back and watch that. I remember I love that movie. I have good memories of it. It looked so fucking badass to me, but I know that was done before even computers were around to do CGI. So it's probably some GI Joe action figure being tossed around with a piece of string, little firecracker in the back. Man, yeah, there's certain things. I mean, Star Wars is one of those things that I did not see when I was a kid, and I saw it when I was an adult for the first time. And as an adult, I was not impressed. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I mean, it's a kids show, it's a kids movie, and I was just it never got me. So I saw it as an adult, and I saw it for the ridiculousness that it is, I guess. But I for the same reason, I don't judge the people who do love Star Wars and they remember it fondly, and they run around making all these handles. Or what are you making up with your fancy ass 3D printer? Oh, I'm making a lightsaber. It looks to me like you're just making a handle. Uh, I see the string. Yep. Now there is one movie that I still that I do go I do see regularly, and that's Return of the Killer Tomatoes. That movie is so campy and ridiculous on purpose. You can watch that anytime you want, and just the ridiculousness of it. They're like so self conscious. Like, this is our special effects, and they got a painting, and they got a guy smoking and puffing smoke through the painting, so it looks like smoke is coming out through the chimney, and it's so fucking stupid. Oh my god, critters. See, I don't want to see those as an adult. I mean, maybe if they do like a remake or something, I don't know. I don't want my memories of that film to be destroyed if I see it again. Because I remember Critters looked so badass with those guys' faces and the morphing faces, and like I think at some point the guy transforms into like this Playboy model because he finds like a Playboy thing, pictures, and he takes out the stapler out of his stomach, and to me all that shit looked so realistic and awesome. Those little things running around shooting those fucking needles at people. Yeah, killer clowns from outer space. Oh my god, I don't want to see any of those. I mean, if I could turn my mind into the mind of a kid again, maybe. But Jesus, Ghoulies, I think it was called Ghoulies with some little monsters. All I remember of that is some little monster coming out of some toilet and like scaring the shit out of people. Gremlins. That was, oh yeah, the Toxic Crusader. That was the Toxic Avenger. Was it Toxic Avenger? Was it Toxic Crusader? The Toxic Avenger. I don't know. I think we got like a little Mandela thing going on. I'm pretty sure it was the Toxic Avenger, but it could have been the Crusader. It sounds like it was either one. Whatever happened to Tromville? They used to make the stupidest movies. Like stupid funny, Heads exploding on purpose. Hmm. Wow. I just looked it up. No, it was the Toxic Avenger. I think it was the cartoon was called the Toxic Crusaders because it was like a team up. Yeah, that's what it was. The movie itself was the Toxic Avenger. Wow. So it was both. The cartoon was the Toxic Crusaders. I can believe like in the 80s they used to make cartoons out of everything. Shit that didn't belong and in a kid's cartoons. Give me a second. Take this quick call. Man, them robocalls are really out of hand. The Captain Planet. Yeah. You know, Captain Planet was not bad. I don't have any criticisms for Captain Planet. But I do remember what was this I saying that you had cartoons made out of things that were not hit stuff. I mean, I think they made a cartoon of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know. I mean, the Toxic Avenger was definitely not a kids movie. It was like a rated R thing. Uh, the Return of the Killer Tomatoes. They made a cartoon out of that, and that really was not a kids movie. You know. Well, the thing is that sometimes they call and using my local area code, so I'm thinking it might be somebody calling me. And Google doesn't do a good job at detecting them. So, but usually when I get something that's like a weird area code that I don't recognize, almost always a robocall, and I know to avoid them. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, was Beetlejuice a kids movie? I don't remember, but I know Beetlejuice had a cartoon also. Oh, damn. No, I was saying, I think Beetlejuice. I don't know. Remember if that was a kids movie, but I know they made a kids cartoon out of it. Mm, Let me restart this thing again. It was the best way to reset everything. Just turn it off and don't save it. I've made some really good progress with my film, though, with my camera. Oh, there is one doubt that I've been. Oh no, this thing got saved. Didn't want to save that. Let me see. So I'm able to use the mouse, and here's the cool thing. I have an action button on the controller, where if I push the action, it plays whatever I have in the timeline sequence. So theoretically, it gives me a time to like move around the scene, put everything into position, and when I hit record, it should start playing the sequence at that time. I also did some work on the bokeh effects. Like look at the blurring. It's a little bit more diagonal, and it has like a little prettier, a really nicer, softer blur. The elongated background. Oh, my focus isn't working. And that's odd. My right button for focus was not working. It's kind of working now. Oh, I'll probably put a limit on that. So I did some more changes as well. Give me a second here. I see you into violent animation and not my lame ones. Cheating on your stream. Okay, ho ho, we got people in here. I knew you was cheating on my stream, Sphinx. What's up, Ivis? We are asking we're asking about Sphinx, and Ivis is the animation for that arm and was extremely crazy. I had to reconstruct it, but I assume you were just yeah, I haven't even messed with it. I actually put some other takes of those motions in that same folder that I gave you guys, and so there's a few takes in there that have the complete fight, and some of those the arm works fine. But I mean, ultimately, those if you guys are still messing with those, I mean, that's all on you. Those are completely bad mocaps. I don't expect them to work, and I was using them. I'm using them basically for learning and training and stuff while I'm waiting to redo them because I'm gonna have to redo them live. There's three people in there. One guy jumps in the back, grabs them. He tosses them around, beats them up, and then gets back into the fight. So it's yeah, if for messing around with them and seeing if you guys can do that, learning purposes, knock yourselves out, but don't think that you have to actually fix them and get them back to me or whatever. It's like if it works, it works. I was surprised that I was able to get anything out of it. That arm, I used the trick that Sphinx showed me. She showed me how to resample the motion, and once I did that, I was able to just delete all the keyframes for that arm and just put new ones in there, and it worked a million times better than anything I had tried before. Did you see the violent animation with the dancer guy? I had the dancer guy fighting earlier. But anyways, the additional things that I've been messing around with the camera is I got flight mode enabled. So if I push X up, now the camera is no longer locked in place to like just walking around. So I can fly around like a drone. And then get a little higher. That's another issue. Like I think this is a 5.1 issue. That disco ball is supposed to be throwing, disco lights everywhere. It's not working. So, you know, I've been working on migrating this thing. But then, of course, I have my action button. So whenever I got my camera positioned the way I want it for my take, I just hit the button, and the action starts. So let me put it in focus. So let's say, okay, I have the focus set up the way I want it. I got the camera right there. And now I'm going to go action. So then an animation starts. And I'm exporting this live in real time to the recorder. So I don't have to actually render anything. It still exports in 4K in real time to the recording device. The little things here, I can turn off the overlays because that's also another problem there. I mean, I leave these here so I can see my focal length, what I got the setting, the focus distance, aperture. I can adjust the aperture, the walking speed, the camera height. Um, so I like to see where all that is. But obviously, if I'm gonna get ready to record something, I'll place my camera where the action's gonna be, and then I go hit my action button, and that starts the timeline. And of course, I don't want those overlays to show up, so I'm going to hide them. So now it's exporting that out the way that I would like for it. As soon as I fix the focus, there we go. So that, that gives me whatever angle I want. So now let's say I want to do this again. I'm just going to position my camera somewhere else. I'm going to go down to the floor level. Actually, I'm going to turn off the flight camera and just go into this walking around mode. Hit action. So I can export that from that angle. All right. So then I go, okay, I don't like that, or I want another angle, or I want some crowd reaction this time, and I'll export some crowd. All right. So go to from this angle right here. Maybe I want it to be more zoomed in. Let's see. Are you still streaming, One Gun? So let's say I want it right there. So I'm gonna turn the overlay off, position my camera, action. Okay, I'm gonna do it again because the focus was all fucked up. There we go. And I just do it when I'm doing it. Action, boom. So I get that angle. So I don't actually have to render anything. And the benefit of this, of course, is that I can export everything with sound, with effects, with everything in real time. Whereas when you render shit out, Unreal is not able to render audio and video at the same time. You have to render every the images, recomposite them, and resynchronize the sound and all that shit. This method, this technique, basically just lets me export everything as is without having to render anything, and it keeps everything synchronized. Uh, it cannot render it properly. If you render it out after a few seconds or after a few frames, it creates a a delay. So by the time the animation is over, the sound is out of sync. So no, it can't render it properly. It can render, but I mean, even there, it tells you it's experimental. Or, I mean, I've never, or if you know a different technique, then I guess you can show us. Because that's one thing, that's one of the reasons I decided to do it this way because, anything over maybe 4 seconds long, by the time you get to second number 5, the sound is already out of sync in the video. Put a little exit button on the camera. The other thing, I have the camera taking over the player 1. So if I pilot the player, if I know where I want to start my sequence, let's say I want to get over here, have a little part of that disco ball showing in the corner there. So start there. I have an extremely telephoto lens though, so let's see here. Yeah, that telephoto lens didn't do me any favors. Let me point it like this. Am I still controlling that player one? Yeah, I'm still piloting it. So when I put that angle there, I go into the preview mode. So it's pointed there, but of course I got my telephoto lens, so shit. So I guess we're trying to use touch control. So it would start like that. I mean, I guess I could. Where's my mouse? I guess I could go into my camera. This is my camera system. I call it Kinemachina. And see, this is the component that exports out to the Blackmagic device, which wirelessly transmits to the recorder. So here's the blueprint for the camera. And the thing that I'm looking at here is the camera's default. Let's see here. Yeah, I have it to an 85 millimeter lens. Let's go for a 45. It's not too bad. So now I can see a little bit more. It's not that out of focus. And you can see on the bottom left that it's set to 45. Of course, I can manually change that. But I like using 85 as my default lens. It just looks better. The other thing I added to this camera is the ability to turn on automatic focus. So wherever I point, whatever subject is in the middle it goes into focus. Thank you. I haven't actually done any work on the film yet, to be honest. I'm still finishing up some of the script stuff, and I need to finish the audio work. All this stuff is pre-production work. I've been spending a lot of time on the camera and things. So I can do a point. So I can tell it at any given time, just follow this one guy. So no matter where I go, it'll keep that guy in focus. No matter what I do. So I just locked it in on him. Let's see here. Let me lock into that guy again. Oops, I exited by accident. If you saw that Instagram thing I posted earlier, you probably got a good chuckle. Let me see here. If we go to now, something that's different that works differently in 5.1 that I have no idea how to make it work the way that it used to is the the sequences. When you have animation stuff in there, it doesn't play them. Like I'm hitting play, but nothing happens. It's got this little lightning on there, and the lightning is like a spawn object. And right now I got something going on with Cletus that's not working, so it doesn't matter. But so it only works in engine. Yeah. Step up high water. See, a lot of people when they get motion capture suits, they like to do dance videos. A lot of people get they do fight sequences. I'm doing both. Why not a fight video and a dance video at the same time? Yeah, that's the ticket. Let's do that. Whoa! Whoa! He's invincible. It's a 2-for-1 special. No, once I actually get to get going on this film, I mean, right now, I'm just, I'm so bored that I'm even experimenting with like the rendering effects that I'm not even gonna use. I know I'm not gonna use it. You know, I was earlier I was playing around with some sketching filters and things like that, and they look good. I'm not gonna use them. Sometime next week, I'm gonna do the final mocap for some of these fight sequences, and I should have the sound worked out. There is a new writer who volunteered to write 3 more episodes, so that's gonna give it padding. And so if they manage to finish that within the next few months, that'll be great. But I haven't actually started producing any final animation because I still don't know what the hell I want. I'm still at a point where maybe I want this to be more cartoony or whatever. But I've been working on putting together the sets and the environments and the technology. I built the camera. This camera system is badass. I mean, this is just me controlling it with the mouse and keyboard and the joystick. But the idea behind this is that I have the hardware built now so that I can actually just render everything wirelessly to the camera, which is yeah, it's basically like a virtual production thing. I'm gonna lay out the whole animation raw, and then I'm gonna go in with my virtual camera, point, move around, point, record, point, get all the angles that I want. That's how I'm gonna produce this thing. So I've been putting all my effort into the virtual production side and getting all that laid out. But it's mostly there. I think I'm a good 98% done with all this stuff. Um, I need to build some of the sets for episode one. The taco truck environment. Um, I got the 2 warehouse that I need. This is one of them. Um, I spent last week, you know, being sick, but when I wasn't feeling too shitty, I spent it like upgrading the my project file to 5.1, and right now it's like, there's still kinks. The this disco ball is not spraying the disco lights everywhere, and I think that has to do something with nanite, where it's not capturing those reflections of the disco ball. If you enable the sketching mode, the sketching option, I think it turns off nanite, so it makes it visible. Like, let me show you the sketch feature. Actually, I'm gonna use it on the camera. No, I just do it as a volume. Hang on. So, cinematic visual effects, post process volume. Mm, Unbound. So that turns that on. And then we add the material to it. Where's the materials? Here we go. Check out the making of the movie as well as some good stuff. What? Just did a 6 hour stream and I need some food and get my dose of anime for the day. What movie are you talking about? Also, check out the making of the movie as well as some good stuff. All right. Well, see you later, One Gun. That's taking a while to build. Let's do save all. Let me give that a minute. I'm gonna go grab some water. Huh. The material never came on, huh? Oh well. I guess it's done being messed around with, huh? Called it a day. It took off with one gun. You really should, man. I think we all are in a position where we'll be able to do some amazing stuff with this program. So weird though. This thing didn't come back on. Here's one of the other textures. Let me put that tune light in here. The thing I can't figure out is how to. That is good. He's kicking his ass with pure awesomeness. The thing I can't figure out is how to get a second layer with just color. But you know, it's not an important thing. This is just what I've been experimenting with. I know I can apply that post process just to the camera by itself. Oh, let me see what this camera looks like. Main cam, open level blueprint. Okay, I got it right there. I got it set to number 0 on the keyboard. So I could be doing this, and if I want to switch to my second camera, so that's kind of a work in progress. Let me see. Main cam, let's adjust the focus. There we go. So we go here, there. I'm gonna have to find a way to put this guy in the background and actually use him somewhere. This is more of a joke. It's just a gag. My little pawn. Mm-hmm. That is one bright light. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, I need to put it like way in the back somewhere where most people won't notice it, and when they do, they'll be like, "What the fuck is that?" Just as a joke. There's I forgot what the name of that sound file is. It's a guy screaming. It's like a Hollywood joke. You gotta find a way to put that in there, and everybody does it. Let me see if I can find that. This guy.
It's the scream we've heard many, many times. Sometimes it can sound a little jarring.
That was the original one.
It's out of place. But the Wilhelm scream show didn't exist in 20. We're gonna interesting the comes to his. However, the actor involved the legendary scream.
That's the original right there.
Wooly was called in after the shooting of Distance that Wooly called the Wilhelm scream. Well, we spent days long.
The Wilhelm scream. That's what it's called. And it's like everybody in Hollywood uses it, and they just kind of do it as a joke now.
Relaxing on his horse and having a good time cleaning his pipe. Then, out of nowhere, a Native American soldier pops out of a bush and fires an arrow into the soldier's leg. The character that got the boo-boo was Private Wilhelm. he gets the privilege of having the famous sound effect named after him. Ralph Brooks spent most of his acting career playing. Apparently, that's a big deal too. As the sci-fi epic was being edited, he was looking at the scene when the ledge
Oh,
into
come
a
on.
spacey abyss. But the scene was missing something. Bert had all the pew-pew sound effects prepared, yet an anguished yell of some kind was missing. Bert went through the catalog of screams and
Oh my
came to
God.
find out more voice. Now, Warner Sound was labeled man being, his widow even misnamed the Wilhelm scream. After struggling to name
Does this scream sound familiar? It's a movie trope called the Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream, when characters are shot or fall,
One film called Distant Drums.
and there's a moment in the film where it,
Just one of many different
but in another scream,
Come on. Why do they have to
screams shot with
be
an
all
arrow.
or explaining?
Sound effects.
you have to give credit to Ben Burt, the wonderful discovered the Wilhelm scream and researched the story. It even shows up in Toy Story and Reservoir Dogs.
The sound is now famous among film buffs.
I think you can go.
That's the one I want to see.
Samson, at last we meet.
Once you heard it, you can't unhear it, and it's like one of those Hollywood things that everybody like they try to find a way to just sneak it in there. Yep, it's been immortalized. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to figure that out with the colors. At least not today. I'm gonna do some more work on the finishing off the um, translations, and I'm gonna try and get all the audio done within the next 7 to 8 days. Assuming I stay on course with this not being sick bullshit. Window. Yeah, that don't look too bad. Okay, so that's the thing with the sequencer. For whatever reason, if I have the sequencer open, I can see where everything's gonna be. which does allow me to place things. But it still doesn't play. It only plays when I actually hit the play button. And if I have the sequence closed, well, that preview turns off completely. So the only way to have it play when you want it is to create a blueprint. And it's a basic one, you know. So when the button is pressed here, or when the number 0 is pressed, it launches the main fight sequence. And it also switches to this camera if I hit the 0. That looks something like this. I hit the thing. So it launches it, which is fine. I mean, for my purposes, it's perfectly fine. I suppose that, you know, not having it on my screen is probably better anyways while I'm working, because, you know, it uses up less system resources. But it is weird that it doesn't play. So I'm gonna have to do some reading. Where is demo set sequences? So once it's open, I can kind of preview the first frame, but I need to figure out what the hell this is. Because I mean, the original way to do this was you're supposed to be able to go to the content browser, find your character, and you add either your blueprint of the character or the skeletal mesh. Let me do the blueprint. So with the blueprint added, oh, sorry, it doesn't go there. It goes here. You see that's spawning it. Hang on. Let's do a skeletal mesh. Still spawning. Why is it doing that? Let's do it this way. Maybe that's what it is. If you do it this way now, it creates it as a spawn object. So actor to sequencer. Okay. Let's put them in the background somewhere. So let's see here. Actor. So if the actor is in the thing, then he'll show up here, and it gives it a timeline. And I guess that, oh, because it's not in the main environment, that's what's going on. It's not in the main environment, so it causes it to spawn. So here we're supposed to go add animation, and here's the animation, and it kind of disappeared somewhere. Well, it's working the way it's supposed to be working. I have no idea why I couldn't get it to work in the last few days. So now I can preview the animation within the editor, and I can do edits here. Okay, well, I guess that solves that. So I guess the reason why it creates it as a spawn object is because it's not in the environment when you do it. So it spawns it into the timeline, and that's kind of making a lot more sense to me now. So right here is not playing, of course. Let me see here. But if I go in here, and just manipulate the timeline. I should, yeah. That works. So yeah, that's pretty good. So I should still be able to use my joystick to start it though. Let's see. So now, no, on my joystick, I have to I have to specify go to frame 1 and play. Okay. So many things to figure out now. But I do like being able to preview this better, because then I could fine tune it in real time. Hey, I hit the button and it played. So let's see here. Maybe I won't have to do a go to start. Guess I just gotta adjust it. So it's not doing anything. Go into my joystick and hit the button, action. It plays it. I need to get with somebody who's really good at lighting though. Yeah, the button works. I don't think I'm gonna have to do anything else to it. I just have to have the right amount of frames in there. The reason it wasn't working was because it was playing this and there was nothing here, but it was still playing technically. Once I move it here, I should still do it so that when I hit the button, it goes back to frame 1, regardless of whether it's finished playing or not. All right, I'm gonna do some reading and get away from the computer for a while and just kind of do some research. This was fun. I'll talk to you later, Sphinx. Anybody else who might still be watching. I'm gonna come back next week with some actual streams and not so much experimental stuff, but I got a couple videos planned out. So yeah, I'm gonna do some next week. So keep an eye out for that. Talk to you guys later.